So I've been trying to diagnose some things that were wrong with my scooter, and right now I am replacing the CDI box in the HT coil with a combination unit. It's Ducati, because there's something going on with my HT coil. There might be with my CDI box, I'm not sure, but I know there is with the HT coils. So I looked online. I talked to a couple of people on Facebook that know all about Stellas. So they told me to just upgrade to the Ducati, because that has both of those units, the CDI box and the HT coil in one, so it's less wiring. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. So first I'm going to show you the wiring diagrams, and then I'll actually show you out on the scooter. So there's two different sets. There's going to be the wiring diagram of what the original wiring was, and then I'll show my modified version of what I did to it and what it looks like now. So this diagram is actually for a 2005 Stella. It has the switch module in it. The manual doesn't have this. The Stella manual doesn't have this exact same wiring diagram, because before 2005, I don't think they had the switching module. So if you're looking at it and it looks a little bit different from your Stella diagram, it's because 2005 diagram is actually different than what is in the manual. So anyway, on this diagram, you can see the kill switch. You can see how everything routes through from the stator to the CDI box, out to the HT coil. So the green and white wire is coming from the kill switch in the front, and it's going down, then it's going down to the CDI box, right? So that's the kill switch. When the kill switch is grounded, it shuts out the CDI box. It shuts down the scooter. So that's how that works. And then you've got the three wires coming from the stator, which are green, white, and red. So they're coming from the stator and going down into the CDI box as well. So you've got four wires where the current is going down to the CDI box. And then you've got the blue wire on the CDI box that's actually going out to the HT coil and then telling the spark plug to fire. So that's how all of that works. So what this does is the kill switch, the green and white wire, is going down through the front of the frame, down through the seat, and then out to the battery side with the CDI box. The green, white, and red wires are going down underneath the seat into the CDI box. And then the blue wire from the CDI box is going down through the seat over to the other side to the HT coil. So that's a lot of wiring underneath. So that's how that works. All right, this is my modified diagram for what I've done with the Ducati unit. So you can see the CDI box by the battery is gone. That little GPS tracker is something else I did. I put it in place of where the CDI box was because it's my alarm system. So just ignore that. So the kill switch, you can see, it's still coming from the front. Obviously it has to, going down through the frame, but now it's going to the right side, over where I have the Ducati CDI. So the green and white switch, I was already taking my tank out, so I was able to get underneath and rewire that green and white over to that side. But it wasn't exactly long enough, so I connected a pink wire onto that before it went into the Ducati, and it's good because you can tell the difference between the kill and the other green wire on there. So that's how the kill switch is wired now. And then you've got the stator wires that just go out and go right into the Ducati. And then there's no blue wire, because the blue wire, what that does is all inside the Ducati. So, yeah, so you don't need the blue wire. So for the wires that were running through, the green, white, and red that were running through the frame to the other side, I chopped those. So at the junction box, I disconnected them. So the stator wires were still there, but the wires that were connecting those from the CDI box underneath to the stator, those were chopped, but they're taped into the harness, so they're just kind of tied off. You'll see more about that when I actually go outside and do this in real life. So also the blue wire that was running from the CDI box to the HD coil can just be disconnected. You can disconnect it at the CDI box and at the HD coil and just pull it through the frame. For me, I had the gas tank out, so I could do that, or you can just disconnect them. You don't need that blue wire. Anyway, that's how the Ducati is going to work. So this is what the original setup, the original diagram looks like in real life. So you have your CDI box that went behind the battery. And so up here, the connections, you have, already cut all this, so you have these four. So red, white, and solid green all are current coming from the stator on the other side. So all three of those came from the same place. This green and white wire comes from the kill switch. So how that works is when you press that, the green and white wire grounds to the black wire, and it cuts out the circuit back here. So then you also have a blue wire that hooks in there. What this one does is it runs through the frame to the other side as well, and then the current goes into the HT coil right there. So that tells the spark plug when to fire, and the HT coil is right there usually. So that's how the old wiring went. So basically the red, green, and white wires come from this side. The current goes over into the CDI unit on this side. Then you've got the green and white wire that runs through the bike, hooks into the CDI right there for the kill switch. And then you've got the blue wire that goes from the CDI over to the coil. This is my new Ducati CDI coil unit. So what this does is it takes the CDI box that was from that side by the battery and takes the high tension coil that was right there, and it's all in one. So the green, white, and red wires go straight from the stator right there into here. So that's pretty cool. The kill switch is the only thing that's kind of annoying. So I already had the gas tank off. So what I did was I reran the white and green wire from over there through here. It's right there, and it was pretty short. So I put a connector on there and connected it with pink just so that when I hook it into the unit, it's not going to be confused with the green. So another alternative to do this, if you're not taking your tank off, would be so on this side where the green and white wire is coming out, you can connect it to any of the other three wires. And then when that runs back through over there, you're going to connect with, okay, so let's just say you're connecting it. You connect to green and white, you chop all these wires off of the connector. You take your long green and white wire and your long green wire from over here, and you connect them together. So what that does is connect the kill switch to the wire that's running through the frame over here. So kill switch, then that becomes the kill switch for the other side. And then the real green is coming through the stator. So you'd have to remember that far left is kill, then the real green from the stator is going in the second one, and then red and white from right there. So then the red and the white that runs through the frame you can actually cut. And I tried to just remove them all together, but they're taped into a lot of things inside of the frame. So I would just cut those 2 wires and tape them up. All right, junction box back on. Also, so the stator had a connector for all 3 of these. It was not going to fit into my Ducati, so I had to splice and reconnect, make some connectors for those. And then that wasn't very long, so I made some extensions as well. Also, so my Ducati is not going to fit in the mount up there, so I got this new mount. I'll post videos to the things I bought, but this new mount, here's a picture I found online of what you can do with it. What I'm going to try to do is maybe take this mount off and create a new hole, so that I can hang it like that or something. I don't know. For right now, I'm going to put cable ties on it just so I can test the scooter out. One thing I also didn't account for, so these are all going to go in the junction box, and obviously they can't touch each other, so I'm going to have to cover those with something. All right, so that's what that looks like. Kill, then the 3 stator wires. I did a quick fix right now. That's not going to stay that way. Zip tied. Put that to ground, and then lead into the spark plug cap into the spark plug. So my next step is to see where to put this mount. So the cow's going to hit it if I put it up here too far. Pictures I saw, it went down here like that on the engine, but I don't know about drilling through the engine, the case, I mean. So I'm going to try to figure some way to put that up there without it hitting the cowl.